Over 100 years ago, the world changed forever. A single gunshot in Sarajevo sparked a fire that engulfed continents. Nations clashed, empires crumbled, and millions never came home. This is not just a story of war, it's a story of how humanity bled.
The year was 1914. Tensions simmered across Europe. Alliances had been forged. Europe was a powder keg. And then, on June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated. In response, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Within weeks, a domino effect began. What began as a regional conflict became a global war. Over 70 million soldiers were mobilized. More than 9 million soldiers lost their lives. But the tragedy did not stop at the trenches. Civilian casualties caused by bombings, famine, genocide, and disease rose to over 10 million. Nations that suffered huge human losses included Germany, with around 2 million soldiers dead, Russia, with about 1.7 million, France, with nearly 1.3 million, Austria-Hungary, with approximately 1.5 million. The British Empire, including troops from India, Canada, Australia, and Africa, lost around 1 million. The Ottoman Empire endured almost 2.8 million total deaths, including civilians. Italy lost around 650,000. Serbia lost over 1/4 of its entire population. The United States saw around 116,000 soldiers dead. Romania, Bulgaria, Belgium, and others lost hundreds of thousands. From Europe to the Middle East, Africa to Asia, no region was untouched. World War I introduced new horrors. Trench warfare, soldiers rotted in mud, surrounded by death. Chemical weapons, chlorine and mustard gas melted lungs and skin. Machine guns and artillery mowed down waves of men. The war machine did not distinguish between soldier and civilian. Entire villages disappeared. Children starved. An entire generation was shattered. On November 11, 1918, the guns finally fell silent. But the peace was bitter. Empires collapsed: the German Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the Russian Empire. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, punished Germany harshly. It sowed the seeds of resentment and laid the path for the Second World War. The League of Nations was formed, but failed to prevent future wars. Borders were redrawn, leading to new ethnic conflicts. Millions of veterans returned mentally and physically scarred. Diseases like the Spanish flu spread rapidly after the war, killing tens of millions more. Humanity had paid a terrible price for a war that resolved nothing.
World War I showed us something terrifying. Technology without compassion is destruction. Patriotism without reason becomes a weapon. From the fields of Flanders to the deserts of Mesopotamia, from the African colonies to the shores of Gallipoli, human life was the currency of pride and politics. We ask, what was gained? What victory can justify 20 million lives? Can any flag wave proudly over a graveyard this vast?
The Great War was meant to be the war to end all wars. But humanity did not learn. Today we still see conflict, still bury the innocent, still glorify weapons. Let us remember World War I not as a victory or defeat, but as a grave warning. Because no one wins in war, only humanity loses. Join hands for peace, speak for the silent, stand for humanity.